ever tried to talk to people about NASA? Huh. Like banging your head on a brick wall, right? Well, this song is all about that. Sometimes it's best just to keep your mouth shut, right? And don't talk about NASA at all. Listen up.
Earth is a flat and rotational. Test. Non-rotational. How are you guys? Research flat Earth.
Websites on here as well. You can check out Flat Earth Podcast, Gyroscope, Testing the Globe. There's also another one called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, or StopLookThink.com as well. And they bring up a lot of all the same topics, not just specifically. Yeah, I gave him one. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like you don't think about it until it's just presented to you.
They are, and these are YouTube channels as well. These are good YouTube channels to follow along and check out. So, like I said, there's just a lot of material on there, like to help people to understand. And it's not all flat Earth specifically. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff.
Well, it's a good thing, also just to get people to be more open-minded, because what they're fed by the media right now is so absurd. They keep they're keeping our eyes off of what's really going on.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
One of the first questions.
I mean,
why don't you fall off the edge?
To me, it's there's really important things at the moment. Like again, our water's being poisoned, the skies. These are also imperative, and at this moment, I think it's more important. But it's like you got to open your mind to these types of things before you can even see that kind of truth for some people, right? But I mean, at some point, we got to hit a critical mass. At some point, we have to be able to put our foot down and say, no, we're not going to take this. We need enough people to come out. So I'm happy you guys are aware of this, but I hope that you are not afraid to speak out about it either. Because we all have a role to play in coming up about this.
For years I've been to Chinese consulates and things, and protested the injustices and things, and we've sent out press releases. My sister and I just sent out some press releases in Philadelphia area and things to let people know that there's huge persecution and huge, with China being a huge rising global power, it can only mean disaster for people that are being persecuted, and more people will end up being persecuted, of course, because communism. One word, communism. The whole principle behind communism.
And I have to look more into that myself, to educate on that side.
That would definitely be a perfect place to start, because a lot of our friends that practice in China, they practice underground and everything. They do reporting as well, so they do pick up on information that isn't available outside.
Yeah, and I think there is a lot more independent journalists who are starting to dig into certain things, and a lot of these topics are all being censored on the internet, and they've already literally admitted that they're censoring Flat Earth, 9/11, and alternate truth. Yeah, they clearly admitted that they're changing the algorithms. It's like, well, why are they trying to hide it if it's so easy to disprove these things, right?
And the ones that are really onto things, you can't even access anymore. What we were just talking about, how they're trying to take all the people that are telling the truth off the internet, because it's a threat, obviously.
They're over the target.
Yeah.
Once they're over the target, they have to go.
But and there may be something. I'll have to look it up. But the Epoch Times might have addressed the flat Earth theory.
It's inevitable. I mean, hopefully more people do start.
Because there's a good science section too.
And this is science. People will sit there and say, you don't know science. You're not. It's like everyone's a scientist when you do. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the kind of the dome thing as well. But they show you. They do hint the way to the sense that everything's a lie.
I asked him, I said, is that science or belief?
Yeah, well, and there's many different beliefs and stuff too. That myself, I'm not a subscriber biblically, but there's a lot of biblical in the Flat Earth.
I'm not either, but I'm just a subscriber to bullshit.
Yeah.
They're trying to say this was all written at certain times.
Yeah, and rewritten.
The first season was 1,000 years later.
They were gonna
And the other thing is, if people don't think that they control religion, they're silly, because they control the left and they control the right. So they have their hands in both bowls. You know, if you're not going to go to science, you're going to go to the religion. And so, I mean, I do believe there's a creator. Absolutely do. It's pretty obvious. We're all uniquely designed. Evolution's a bunch of crap. We thought we evolved from monkeys is completely ridiculous.
that's bullshit.
Yeah. So,
No? Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, well, good to meet people with like minds, you know, in terms of just keeping the mind open. You know, that's what we have to do, because we're going to.
Meanwhile, we're hurtling through space at 67,000 miles an hour.
no, that's going around the sun, and the sun is going around the Milky Way over 500,000 miles, and then the sun and the Milky Way is going over through the Great Attractor around over 1 million miles. All this motion, every direction, and yet we see the same night sky every night. You know, we always see the Polaris, the North Star. You know, would you like some information?
Thank you.
You guys care for some information?
Back with our party.
You take care, guys.
Yeah.
Spread the truth, spread the love. You know?
Yeah,
You take care. Pleasure talking to you.
I want to shake your hand too, sir. It was nice meeting you. Getting to know more people.
Do you want some flyers, man? Grab some out of the box there.
Giant vacuum sucking the air off? No? How do you have oxygen if there's a giant vacuum around you? It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't need a megaphone with you here. You're good.
Somebody prove the ball thing, please. You live on the same ball, please show me how.
That's the rig, huh? The famous rig of Joshua Swift.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Get a shot of this. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Can I use your megaphone?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be too loud. We don't really need to, it seems to be fine with it. So, in all honesty, you can hear you pretty good. So, you're gonna be annoying people quite fast. So, maybe go down by the bridge and do it. Reel them in.
Looking for proof of a ball.
He keeps looking down.
Who?
Now the guy walking up with the dog right now.
Oh, the flyer?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You're like, you don't really need that, but.
As I told him, go over there and do it, because you'll reel them in this way, right? Hey ladies, care for some information about the Flat Earth movement? Well, take care. Gentlemen? Guys, do you need a washing? It's just over there on the left. Yeah, there was a guy here earlier doing fucking backflips and shit over here. Fucking gymnast. That's hilarious. Good on him. Does he have any flyers? He didn't get any flyers, did he? Guys, here's some information. There's not a globe.
Let them believe what they want.
Show me curvature, show me movement.
Hey brother, here for some information about the flat Earth. You heard about the flat Earth?
No, ours is round.
Round like a nickel?
No.
Like a penny.
Can you give me one proof it's a globe?
It's round.
How do you know, man?
Believe that,
How do you know it's round? Have you been to outer space?
Why are you so mad about it?
but I'm not.
What, you don't like to be lied to?
Who cares if it's flat or
Yeah, I'm pretty
like
mad
to
about
be
being
lied
lied to. Yeah.
You don't care if you're lied to or not?
I don't care if it's flat or not.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Are you a
So,
spiritual
do you like
person?
being controlled? Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you a question though. Are you a spiritual person?
No.
You're not? Not at all? It sounds like you're in a religion though, because if you can't verify that you live on a ball earth, and you take government testimony and images of what they tell you live on, you are in a religion.
No, he just blunt.
Yeah, if you look up flat earth videos, right? Check out my YouTube channel, man.
Entertaining, my friend. You got nothing to lose.
It's entertaining, man.
YouTube.
Who's Jesus to you? Is that Kanye West? Kanye West is your Jesus?
He's too cool for school.
Too cool for us, man?
How you doing, brother?
I didn't think
believe that. Earth is made of 4 elliptical things that came together, which creates periods of flatness in itself.
How would you verify that?
By reading the book of Job.
Okay. How have you physically verified that as a human without using text?
You'd have to go inside your mind and see it, really.
Imagination?
No, I mean, you just take everything everyone says and put it all together yourself.
Have you ever seen the Earth from outer space before? Whether it be like a flat or a cube?
Well, when I was like 7 years old, I fell out of a treehouse and hit my head so hard that I was like way out in outer space before they brought me right back.
How did your spirit get past the Van Allen belt?
The Van Allen belt?
Yeah, how did you get...
Well, I didn't ask the Van Allen belt for permission, for one.
Oh, interesting. Neither did any of the astronauts who went to the moon.
But then my mom was like, come back. I was like, shit. You know what I mean? And plus we had free HBO, so I didn't want to miss that movie that night.
Yeah.
Gotta get your television in, right?
What are you up to today?
Hey, brother, you guys here for some information?
What's y'all doing?
Care about products?
Get me rent?
Scrutinize the globe?
Got a YouTube channel. You ever go on YouTube?
Please do. We're not the Flatter Society, by the way. That's disinformation. This is just purely an observation. Flat and motionless, man. Take care.
The sun goes around the center, North Pole. Like that.
Gentlemen, excuse me? You guys care for some information?
Oh, thanks.
But last time I did psychedelics, I met Donald Trump.
Doing good, brother?
I could do this. This is easy.
It's not bad, I'm telling you. Once you set up your own little area, and you welcome people in, right? You know, it's hard to do like Josh does because he can get right in people's face and he's good at it, right? But to me, this is more welcoming and peaceful for myself to work, right?
You heard about this?
Yeah, any way you can do it, right? Exactly. Ball in the house, people. Is it still running here? Yeah. Good times for all. Spacebusters Channel.
You're not allowed to go here.
Usually a lot of people, actually I'm surprised how many people are already, are familiar and awake to it and, questioning things to begin with, right?
I had one young guy come by and he said, I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it, and I just started showing him a couple things. He's like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, man, go do some research.
Yeah, awesome.
It's free.
Yeah, exactly. It's free to think, right?
Yeah,
it's free to think. Hey guys, do you want to look into the flat earth? You ever heard about it? Take a look.
Right on, man. Stay safe.
We started looking into it, and for real, yeah. They've been making observations. You can see things that are way too far. Skyline there, 50 miles away. You shouldn't even see anything but the top of two buildings.
Otherwise, you could go against it.
Because the curve of the earth is curved. Over just 50 miles. If it's 24,901 miles like they tell us to be, every 8 inches is going to start curving.
Okay, so it should be
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. I'll let you know, yeah. Awesome. Take care.
Show me spinning.
That's where the horizon is.
Show me gravity. Show me something. Anything. Bring me back to the ball.
He was telling me about all the stuff I need to look into.
NASA gets paid $58 million a day to present CGI photos.
Well, I'll have to entertain at least, you know.
Show me curvature. Show me spinning. Trust your authorities. Don't question anything.
Yeah, you should be the voice of don't trust anybody here. Yeah. Flat earthers are crazy.
These are all crazy people. Don't you know scientists have figured it out 2,500 years ago? They don't have to have proof. They tell you. Therefore, you should listen.
Information. It's free.
Smarter people than you have never looked.
Earth's not a globe.
Smarter than people than you have done math. And they prove that the Earth is a ball without ever seeing it.
Math.
Maths prove reality. Just like if you take 3 donuts away from my 2, then I have -1 donut. The ball, smarter than you have already never looked at it and realized that it was a ball. Who cares if there's no visual proof? Of course we live on a ball.
Some information is there.
There's no curvature, there's no movement, but we still live on a ball. Standing up wobbling through the fire. So air pressure just so nicely velcroed. Oh, unless you're in a plane, then the air goes with you. Air is velcroed in a surface of dirt when you're in a plane, then the air goes. Those are authorities, not question the law.
Now if you guys question the globe, you believe you live on a spinning sphere?
Yes.
Can I ask you why?
Okay.
Just remember, it's a belief. No different than a religion. Hey guys, can I offer you some information about the flat earth? You believe you live on a big spinning ball, do you?
I believe in God.
I believe in God too, but you know when if you believe in God, that the heliocentric model tries to disprove that creator. You think evolution, if heliocentrism is saying Darwinism exists, then that means God doesn't exist. Sorry about you, then I hope you understand you believe that. No different than believing that Jesus walked on water. You too. How you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Not bad. Can I ask you some information about the flat earth? Have you heard about flat earth? Or?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, what do you think?
I haven't really just right now.
That's an honest opinion, cool. That's fine, yeah. I mean, do you have a question to go over at all? You ever thought about it at all?
No, but I'll read more on it.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly hope you do. We're just trying to provoke thought, right? Essentially, there is really no evidence to support that we live on a globe, right? There's millions of us waking up to this, and we're just looking for answers to the truth, right? And you can see way too far. Ships don't disappear over imaginary curves. Just go out of your perspective. You know, like planes don't adjust for curvature. Water lays flat and motionless. Like we can see way too far is one of the biggest things. You can't measure curvature, right? So just
I'm retired Navy.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, and so you must know a lot about them traveling and experiencing these things, right? And snipers don't adjust for any curve or spin of the earth either. Planes don't go the opposite direction. Jets don't go the opposite direction of the spin because supposedly, you know, they're faster. You think they would if it really was a ball and they're
What
moving.
is your main objective in this? What is the main objective of this?
For the truth, to want to know the truth. I mean, right now what we're just trying to do is to wake people up to this, to expose NASA and the lies that we're being told our whole life, because you know they're controlling everything we think we know. They're controlling us. They're controlling our life. So you understand that we live in an age of supposedly live in an age of information and technology. Yet cost of living and stress is always getting higher and higher. People are struggling to survive, and they control all the currency. They control everything you do, all the food supplies, you know, the electricity, the cell phone signals, and aside from all the other corruption, I mean, they're spraying the skies. Have you looked into chemtrails? The it's not condensation. They're spraying chemicals. They've admitted it. Aerosol injections. Check it out. The radiation. There's the 5G that they're trying to roll in. These things are like frying us alive. Like microwave radiation. You know anything about that? Like you would know with the radio systems specifically. You know, is one thing, but like even the cell phone is bad. You know, it's just put it right against your skin, but they're using Wi-Fi systems more advanced, and you got cell towers everywhere, which you know are cancerous, and then they're trying to put 5G coming to roll in, which is going to be causing so much death and illness.
Yeah, I use cell phone myself.
Okay, yeah.
And I know they're getting ready to start the 5G thing.
Yeah, and I have a cell phone too, mind you, but I try to use it responsibly. Like right now I have it on me, I have it in airplane mode when it's on me. And I certainly try to talk on speakerphone when I am, but cell phones aren't nearly as bad as, you know, Wi-Fi in your house constantly. It's not nearly as bad as the cell towers, you know, so we're 5G rolling in, it's just all this radiation exposure to us. We know these things cause cancer, and they're just doing it freely, and they're not showing you any of the repercussions. That's just one other thing, right? So with the chemtrails, the radiation, the GMOs, the controlling everything in our foods, you know, cancer's at an all-time high, and people seem to think that we're living longer.
Do we have an alternative?
Well, we stand up for truth. We fight back in a sense.
I'm saying, do we have an alternative?
We do. Grow your own food. Get that. Sorry.
Towards the technology.
I think it's used more responsibly. Personally, I think technology is fine, but you know, we don't need instant communication through Wi-Fi's. We don't need instant like 5G connections. They don't need that kind of instantaneous thing. Because the more enabled we are by our devices and technology, the dumber we become. Essentially, how many times? You know, like myself, I used to remember all kinds of phone numbers, and now I just use my phone, and it's like, oh, it enables me. You know.
And I was just talking to my wife about that the other day. I said, I don't even remember anybody's phone number.
Right, exactly. It's we use our brains less. They're dumbing down society with all kinds of, with education itself is repression of the state. They don't teach critical thinking in schools. They teach you a bunch of crap, and then they want you to regurgitate it for a passing grade. They don't teach you how to grow food, how to survive. They want people to live in cities and urban areas and just, you know, like pack like hermits in instead of, you know, spreading out and enjoying nature, which we're meant to, and grow your own food, you know, and drink healthy water. Specifically, you know, how they fluoridate the water. I don't know if they do here in South Carolina. I'm from Canada.
I'm from Virginia.
Okay, yeah, I'm from Canada. Virginia is very beautiful. I drove through it here. But again, they fluoridate the water in where I am, and I know in a lot of places in the States here too. And it gets hydrofluoric acid.
Well, the United States is not an environmental conscious as Canada and other places.
Well, Canada's bad with the fluoridation too. BC doesn't do it, and neither does Quebec, Montreal. But all the other provinces where I'm on, Ontario, I'm from, in Toronto area, it's fluoridated water. And they tell you, oh, it's only the 0.6 or whatever. But so how do we know what the dosage is of what somebody's taking? There's no evidence to support that fluoridated. First of all, sodium fluoride, which is a corrosive acid, and it has been linked to osteoporosis and other things. These things are obviously not good for you, and there's no proof it's good for your teeth or your health, but yet you're wasting it in water, you know. And so just one other thing that's part of, you know, the objective of waking people up to the truth is to stop poisoning yourself. Don't allow them to do it. And when you enough people stand up in their municipalities, because for fluoride specifically, you have to fight in your own municipality to get rid of it. It should be a North American ban against it. And I have a YouTube, change.org.
You guys have a website or anything?
There's a bunch of websites on here, yeah. You can check them out. I left my cards in my truck, but there's all kinds of websites in the back here. There's Stop, Look, Think, and that one's not on here, but...
I see it. I see them on the back line.
Yeah. You can follow these. They're really good YouTube channels. But these here, YouTube channels here, and those are the websites. But there's tons of YouTube channels and links through these. This one here, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, which is part of the podcast as well. Gyroscope.com, that's on there. It's got all that information about chemtrails, vaccines. That's another big one. You know, there's no evidence that vaccines is helping. I'm Johnny, by the way.
I'm John as well.
Johnny as well. Nice to meet you, sir. Yeah. I hope you look into it because
I most certainly will.
Sorry?
I most certainly will.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, truth is meant for everyone, for those who seek it, and we just want to help people see it.
Give you the opportunity to tell me more about it.
Sorry?
I said that's why I chose the opportunity to give you more about it.
Right on, awesome. I appreciate you lending me your ear.
Knowledge
is power.
It's food.
Yes, yes, it is actually. and people, the less we know, like where we live, and like when they try and hide the flat Earth, that the Earth is not. They try and tell you live on a globe. They put you in a, they limit the space. Yeah, they put you in a vacuum. Which, by the way, space as you think doesn't really exist, because it's not possible to have a vacuum of space against an atmosphere. In the second law of thermodynamics, you can't have a high pressure next to a low pressure. So how are they having a vacuum chamber of space beside, an atmosphere, right? It's impossible. You need a solid barrier between the two. There's no actual evidence spacesuits can exist in a vacuum chamber. It would kill them. You look at any kind of. I have a YouTube channel with some videos. You can check it out. It's ScubaDracula. And I have all kinds of playlists on there, one word, ScubaDracula, and check them out. I have a video on there about spacesuits in a vacuum chamber, NASA doing testing back in the 50s, and the guy passes right out, and they take him right away out of there, and he's lucky he didn't die. Like, they're trying to tell us that they're sending Tesla cars to space now, and SpaceX. It's just bloody ridiculous. And you go and look for real photos of the Earth, or even their Tesla cars pictures. There's no stars in the background on their so-called photos of the Earth. Where's all these satellites that supposedly exist? None of that space junk orbiting around the Earth. The continents on the globe Earth pictures aren't even the same size. They're all different in each picture. So it's all CGI. Admitted it's CGI that they're photos of the moon or the globe. And another one with satellites. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but I just want to give you some information about it. We think satellites exist and our cell phones work off satellites. That's ridiculous. Most people should know cell phones work off cell towers and they triangulate. It's impossible to shooting a signal to 200 miles away to a supposed satellite in a thermosphere or whichever. The size of amplification you would need would be ridiculous. Like sat phones specifically, I think, would work off of just their long-range antennas, like the old LoRaN system, which they used in the Navy, which I think is more what they use for long tracking and ranging. It's just the same thing: higher amplification, bigger antennas. With ham radio, it's repeaters. With CB radio, it's just one signal, right? And you can talk to people across the plane with a CB sometimes with the right wind. It's called skipping, sideband skipping. And it's all about amplification. And so, again, the idea that people think satellites exist, it's a myth. It's fraudulent. It's a big hoax. It's a fact that 99% of the world's communication is run by sea cables underwater. It's a fact. And then the other ones are cell towers. And now what they have is look up Project Loon, L-O-O-N. Google has been doing this for a few years now. They're sending high altitude balloons up for over certain areas like the Amazons and this and that, to get signals. It's like, well, why are they sending these high altitude balloons at 100,000 feet if satellites exist 200 miles or so? It's because it's a bunch of bullshit. They don't, even if you look for a real photo of a satellite, you're not going to find one. It's all CGI. And then like the ISS itself, that's a bunch of nonsense. People think, I can see the ISS, that's proof. Seeing something translate the sky that's supposedly 400 kilometers or I guess like 200-300 miles away, it's impossible for you to see with your vision something the size of a football field that far. If an ISS looks the same size of a plane, or a satellite supposedly looks like the same size of a plane at 35 to 40,000 feet high, how is it that we think we're seeing something 200 miles away?
I'll definitely look more into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you. It was very nice talking to you, John. Yeah. You take care, my friend. How you doing, sir? Information. Yeah.
I don't want to bust out laughing.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay. Can you give me a reason why you believe the globe?
I'm good.
I'll give you $100 if you give me one proof. One proof of the globe. We just want the truth, man.
He rejects love because I love you guys. But he walks away.
Got a Navy guy, ex-Navy guy, I was talking to him. He seemed really open-minded to it.
Jehovah's Witnesses just do not want to talk to me. I don't know what it is.
You're intimidating.
They were over there and I was like,
oh yeah, I seen him over here. I just avoided them. Like, I'm gonna go over here.
We're not having it.
Hey, brother. Information about the flat Earth? Hear about flat Earth? Care to look into it? You guys like to look into the flat Earth a little bit?
I'll take a flyer.
Sure.
Thank
Please
you.
do.
Thank you.
Don't spear the truth. Little do they know they're getting bombarded by a whole team of us now.
See people just.
You know I'm good. I know it's wrong.
Yeah, like just not like kind of know what science really is, you know, and what it has been turned into. It's like, no, I trust other people, and it's like, okay, I trust other people too, but I'm a Bible-believing Christian, right? You know, so if I believe that, then how is like reading science books any different?
Yeah, exactly. It's just as much of a religion, right?
Yeah, it's just putting faith in other people's testimony. And, you know, I guess I would have more faith in our Creator than joking about it.
It is ridiculous how many people just turn their head and laugh, and it's like, nope, I know everything, I don't need to hear anything.
How you guys doing?
Care to look into the flat Earth? You believe you live on a spinning globe with no evidence?
You can't verify the moon landing, that's not science, that's really. But, my gravity. Well, the rain is staying off. That's
yeah,
cool.
I didn't know if it was going to rain or not. It was kind of getting humid there. I had to throw my tank top on. But. Should have brought my flag up here with me. I'll go grab it. I can hold it up for the cars. These guys were hilarious. This table here, all completely rude, telling me to go away. Come on, guys, look into it.
No thanks.
Entertain
no,
it.
thanks.
I'll give you $100 right now if you can give me one proof you live on the globe. One proof. Observable, testable, repeatable science.
Never lied about the Gulf of Tonkin. They've never lied about other incidences that happened on a date that I can't even mention without getting triggered. What's the emergency number again? Oh yeah.
1-800-FAKE-SPACE. What is
like
this?
They said, those dang box cutters, they took over the world.
People think they're picking up a $100 bill and they get
Don't look at building 7. Don't look at building 6. Don't look at building 9. 1 and 2 is the only ones that fell.
I want to see if it works. I'm going to drop one over here.
Ah, yeah, that's funny.
Of course the plane disappeared after it crashed into the Pentagon. Duh. How else would it happen?
That's a nice one. Whose cards are these?
Ooh, money.
Let's steal a couple of those and hand out. Yoink.
Don't look for curvature. Don't look for spin. You just need to stay with the ball.
I keep telling you, I'll give you $100 right now if you could, just holding that. Here, just take it.
I left one on the stairs and people just glaze over it.
Really?
Yeah.
You can tell it's not real, maybe?
Maybe.
Or maybe they're just too honest.
Out there and you keep going. Good time for all. Is that who's the boss?
Sweet.
ScubaDracula.
What's up?
Critical Inception.
Critical Inception. We got Just Jack over there with the megaphone.
Joshua's up there.
Yeah, Josh
and up on top.
Authentic Intent is up on top. You guys have to get out.
You got a crowd up there?
This is my
There's a Navy guy up there. I was talking to him. He's really open-minded to it, actually. He was pretty good. A good conversation. These people who were sitting at the table were completely rude. They didn't want to hear a word I was saying, and they're telling me to go away.
What's that Navy guys? The missile instructor, Corey?
No, I'm not sure. Are you familiar with Luke from Polaris Consequences? It used to be his channel. I think he changed it. I think he was Navy or Army, military of some sort.
Yeah, you believe in cartoon things, but don't look at the reality of your world. Please question. Don't trust government.
Entertaining.
Oh, not at all.
Not really.
Of course we went to the moon. Even though we can't do the
We're just looking for the truth, you know. So we can't prove it's a globe.
Yeah, have a great day, guys.
Take care, girls.
Cigarettes and asbestos. Scientists would never lie. Don't look for curvature. Don't look for spin.
Sean
Of course you live
McCurry.
on a spinning space
The
ball.
naval missile instructor that spoke with Mark Sargent.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I never heard the interview or anything. No.
Yeah, Sparrow missile.
We got Critical Inception here, guys. Spacebusters Channel needs 1,000 subs too to live stream. So I'm kind of thinking more of what Joshua was saying, though. Live streaming long time for a long period of time, but it might actually not be so great because you get the trolls coming, right? Just maybe short bursts. I might do it with it.
These people got some flyers. They were laughing.
These guys?
In like a calm way.
Who?
Right here, this group. Yeah, he handed them some stuff.
Oh, they already got
They
it.
were smiling and.
Oh yeah, okay. You're loving that thing, huh? Just Jack over there killing it with the mic.
That has just as much value as a $100 bill.
What?
Terra Esplana. Terra Esplana. Don't look for curvature. Don't look for
I was
spin.
gonna grab the flag, go at the top of the hill. We're at the top of the hill, and then
You have a vacuum and you have air
people are
pressure,
like
but no barrier.
walking by us, like, oh, you guys are idiots, but little they know they're getting bombarded coming down here.
Oh.
Don't look for curvature. Don't look for spin. Of course, air pressure can be detected with vacuum without a barrier. What do you think? Don't look for government.
Can I ask you guys the question where you
I
live?
already talked to
Do you believe you live on a globe still? Flat Earth? Earth's not a globe. Can't prove it.
Man, the more and more I do this, the more and more I'm just like, I feel really sad for these people. Like that girl, she got bombarded as she went down the stairs with her mom. Because I talked to her up here. And, how you doing? Pretty well, thanks.
Offer you some information, sir. Give you $100 if you can prove you live on a globe. Cash.
And, so I walked up to her and I was like, hey, what do you think about these people? And she's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I know about science and whatever. And I'm like, well, what is science? And she's like, I don't want to get into it because I just graduated college. And I'm like, okay, great. So I gave her like this example of high and low pressure systems, you know?
Yeah, second law of thermodynamics.
And she's like, I'm not a science major, I'm an art major. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. So then you know about perspective. And she's like, yeah. Look at this guy. Give this guy a run around. Want to take a picture, bud? Right on. Can you take our information?
Sure.
Might as well be on YouTube.
Yeah, here's another piece for you, my friend. Sir.
You gotta give me some brochures.
Hope you do. Yeah, they got a whole thing down there for them. Hey, take a couple of mine at least.
So, she just wasn't having it because she's like, but science.
What's science?
And I'm like, well, what is science? Like, it sounds like you're kind of in a religion. You know?
That's exactly it, yeah. Did you, talk to those people that are at that table? Did they walk by you?
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they walked
Give you a smirk, a dirty look?
Yeah, so the kid, they started talking at the intersection here, and he's like, if I had a ball, I could read his lips, and he's like doing one of these, and I'm like, why don't you come talk to me instead of confirming your bias with a bunch of yes men?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, like why don't you come to somebody who can challenge your thought?
And that's, I think, the important thing too. Like we were talking yesterday, we're pointing that out, that they're looking for a confirmation bias with their own friends, or their, or they jump to a certain topic to confirm their bias.
No, you got to call that out, man. For sure. Let's try to find a rock.
What?
Let's try to find some rocks.
For what, to hold this up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good enough. Hey sir, can I offer you some information about the flat earth? Give you $100 if you can prove you live on a globe.
We really will give you $100 if you can prove it.
One proof.
That you live on a ball. Or that we landed on the moon.
Josh.
Earth is flat. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
I saw it.
You know what's flat?
It's bent Earth. I've been on this.
Hey, information.
Oh, you are? Okay. Right on.
I just got back from Amsterdam.
Right on. Us dumb Americans don't. You should come move here and help us out.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You know because you're from Europe. Right on. There's a lot of overweight people in Europe.
I just hear people say, I'm flat earth, and it's like, well, okay. How do you know? Because I think people just say that just like... Yeah, just, you know, kind of...
Yeah, just to get you out there to shut up.
Like, oh yeah, flat earth. So then you ask them, and then they're like, well, because I saw a YouTube video. Like, okay, you're almost there.
What is that? Some moon map we got going on there?
Yeah.
Nice. Right on. You have to get it on my tablet. That actually is a good way to have it. He's loving that fucking megaphone. It's epic. Glad I brought it. Yeah, I would love to do this with you back your way, or if I can have down in Canada, man. It'd be
Are you looking
awesome.
at flat earth videos?
Care for some information?
Yeah, okay.
Give you $100 if you can prove you live on a globe.
I can't argue with you guys, sorry.
Well, I'm not asking to argue. I'm just looking for proof.
He doesn't have
I actually only care that you look into for truth.
I don't want to argue with you guys because I'm right.
Yeah.
Science. If you went around and just said Christianity, what would that be?
Yeah.
You know, Muslim. I believe in Muslim.
Well, the one girl that was sitting at the table, they were completely rude to me. She's like, I believe in God. I believe, okay, well, you know, science is trying to hide that. Like, and she was there talking, I'm like, evolution is telling you God doesn't exist. And everything. Like, no, I don't want to hear you stop talking to me.
Mainstream science is telling you about evolution, but you don't believe them, but then you believe you live on a ball because they told you. Those same people spout out the other side of their mouth and say something different.
You guys like pamphlet?
Yep, now we got it.
That's not a pamphlet.
I've got the card.
Well, entertain it. We just want the proof. There's no evidence for a globe. Oh, look at these lovely ladies.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Yeah, enjoy your day.
What's this flat earth?
It's the Earth. We're trying to look for the curve, and we still haven't found it.
Trying to look for the what?
The curvature for the Earth that we're told we live on.
To have a geometric sphere, you have to have curvature, right?
Yeah, I know a lot of people believe the earth is flat.
Yeah. Have you go on YouTube at all?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel.
Perfect.
And actually,
There's also some more channels in here if you guys are interested. Oh, actually, I don't believe it. It's not a claim. It's an observation. Everything we see is flat and motionless. We experience no curvature or no motion, so it's not a belief. This is an observation. The burden of proof is on the globe believer. I mean, the globe model is rife with contradictions and demonstrably false. And there's zero evidence to support it. There's not one test to prove that the Earth is moving. There's just so much information that you can't verify that we're told, and pictures of CGI. You know, on Universal Pictures, they have the big globe in every time, or a globe in the classroom when you grow up. That's brainwashing. It's indoctrination. They keep telling us where we live, but they can't show us where we live. And if we can't observe it, and we can't scientifically prove it with observable, testable, repeatable science, then it's not real.
I bet you don't believe in God either.
I do, actually. A flat Earth actually brings you right into creation. We all believe that we have an intelligent design, a creator. I'm not biblical myself, but there is a lot of biblical people in the flat Earth. It's a choice, but I believe, though...
There's a higher power.
Yeah, exactly. An intelligent design, that we are unique. I mean, when we're told that we've evolved from monkeys and stuff and evolution, that's a bunch of nonsense, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people will understand that's a bunch of nonsense, and a lot of people who do believe in God must understand that Darwinism is, garbage. And they prove that kind of stuff. They use the theory of gravity to prove Darwinism exists.
How you doing? Just talking about,
Let's move on, girls. I have my 91-year-old mother waiting in the car for us.
You guys, this one? Yeah, I got, you guys, you're welcome to.
This here.
Yeah, and you can check this out too. This is more information if you want, YouTube channels. You take care. There's 10 proofs in there that will help you walk you through it.
I love to talk to people that have different opinions and different...
Ah, great. I appreciate you lending us your ear.
history.
Well, it's history, exactly. We're just trying to show people to look and see for themselves.
But there is more to it.
Yes, and that we are intelligently designed. We are all unique. We are all special. And history itself is a big lie. You take care, man. See ya.
If the world's flat, how do we even know it's
okay. So you think that if the Earth is a disc?
I think it's a frisbee. I'm with you guys.
You're using the image in space is not us.
I don't think that the Earth is a disc floating in outer space. Do you think a flat earther would think that?
Here for some information, buddy? Give $100, you can prove you live on a globe. Just looking for the truth, man. Yeah, well, give me some real science that proves you live on the globe. Testable, repeatable, observable. Planes don't adjust for curvature. There's not one single test that proves the Earth is moving. Space is fake. Prove it.
It goes on further past this ice wall. Okay. What if it goes on infinitely forever? Water has to be contained. So what if there's like a crevasse through the ice wall, and you can just go through that, and there's just more water and land further beyond what you're able to travel. Because when you fly on a plane, you just go from airport to airport to airport, right? You don't have your own private jet, do you? So if you just do that, you can circumnavigate a flat level plane. So, what do you think about the moon landing?
Well, there's the thing. There's something that happened in history.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it happened for real?
I mean, like you said, we have two different opinions on things. You're right. Yeah. I am not on what you guys with the Earth flat being flat. Who knows, right? Mm-hmm. And I know you guys have cameras, but I'm gonna keep it.
Well, it's over there.
No, I know. But you guys are obviously on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
say whatever you want, man.
I mean, what the point is to get the general consensus of public opinion and reaction. And what we've kind of find out is over 99% of the population believes that the Earth is a ball bending on space time. But nobody's verified that. They take science, and science now has kind of been turned into...
You're getting into trouble.
Yeah.
I already got the one guy over there. He was open-minded. He's a Navy guy.
On priests.
The public restrooms?
And whatnot?
Oh, down there. So when you
really, I gotta take the elevator up to the
no, go straight where the restaurants are. The elevator down. Right where the restaurant is, just keep walking straight, and you'll see where the elevator door is. Well, you can take the elevator down, and it's right in front of it.
No, that's where.
It's downstairs. I was already in. Yeah, well, down. It's down there, or take the elevator down.
I just came up from that elevator.
Yeah, when you get where that door is, keep walking to the end.
Airless planet, right? It's an amazing. It was an amazing. Event in time. I guess for the man to land on a planet with no air,
Can I ask you this question? You know what helium is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have a helium canister and you open the valve of the helium, you can hear it come out of the canister. So how do you observe
Information, girls.
Oh, thank you.
Give you $100. You can prove it on globe.
I'm curious too. Thank you.
Please look into it. We're just asking for the truth.
Helium would then be in the balloon in a container separate from the exterior air. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah.
Okay, then you let it go and it floats up to the sky. Right? The balloon would float up to the sky.
So here's a question for you guys.
Let me just finish this thought idea here. But you have the helium contained, okay? So Earth has a high pressure system. It's like 14.6 psi or whatever. Okay, and then outer space is zero pressure. It's water vaporless, it's a vacuum. Okay, so how do you have outer space next to our atmosphere without a solid barrier like that helium balloon that we just talked about?
No idea.
Okay, you can't.
No idea. There's no way.
You can't have two separate pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier.
Second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, and entropy would say that over a period of time, if you buy a happy birthday balloon for a friend, and it's a helium balloon, and you give it a week, what happens to that helium balloon? It deflates and it's on the ground, right? So that's the idea of entropy. So at some point, the outer space vacuum has to rush into the Earth, or Earth's atmosphere has to rush out into outer space, because both have to become at equilibrium with each other. Okay, does that make sense? Otherwise, Earth has a shell, if you will, if it's a ball, around it. So even going to the moon is not realistic. Okay? So even to
Hey sir, can I offer you some information about the flat Earth? Ever heard about the flat Earth movement?
I'm good, I appreciate it though.
Sure. Can I just ask you one thing? Have you ever looked into question the globe?
Sorry?
You ever question where you live, the globe? No. I'll give you $100 to give me one proof you live on the globe.
Thanks, man.
Sure. You don't want to just entertain it, man. It's free information.
I'm good.
You're good on being lied to your life, being told where you live without actually proving it.
We can't get there in the first place because
You don't live on the globe, guys. The Earth is flat. Can I offer you some information to look into it for yourselves? Give you $100 so you can prove it's on the globe. $100. Earth's not spinning. Space is fake.
I'm actually subscribed.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. And
I'm gonna start two guys out on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, do it.
Cool.
You got a shout out?
Huh?
You got a shout out?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out.
Yeah, what's your channel?
Like right now, it's still like I haven't posted anything yet, but my first video is gonna mention you guys.
Oh, great.
Cool. Yeah, I'm ScubaDracula on YouTube. I don't have a card with me right now.
Authentic
I forgot
content there.
Yeah, this guy's good shit.
What you guys are talking about, like me, I'm more of a cannabis user, like I said, and I sit there, like I think what the discussion we just had, I was like, how I finally have that person that I could have that discussion with, you know, because I've been wondering, like, okay, so we don't know if the moon landing was an actual event. It was said, whoever that guy was that landed and walked his first step on the moon. Like, we don't know. We really don't know if that was an actual. Like you were mad.
Hey man, you ever heard about the flat Earth? It's a big group of people. Did you guys mob those guys? Nice.
Sure.
I'm trying a fucking big group of people laughing, fucking yelling at them.
Oh yeah.
Jack's getting yelled at by people over here.
Group thinks for you.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded, right? I got that banner up here.
Yeah, I'm talking about fantasy things either.
I don't, because if you think about it.
Come on, you took their information, I'll hand it to you.
I'll take it.
Just
All
entertain him, I'm telling you. You got nothing to lose.
Thank you.
Not for your information, sir. You ever heard about the flat Earth?
No.
You ever questioned the globe? You ever thought about where we live and to prove that where they tell us we live?
I think global warming is a bunch of bullshit.
You're absolutely right, sir. Yeah, and it's now climate change. They changed the name of it, right? Yeah. It was just a complete agenda. Yeah. We believe the sun and moon are actually local, very small compared to what 93 million miles away that they're telling it is. Just ridiculous. The Earth is observably flat and testably flat and motionless. So We just we're looking for the truth, you know. These are observations, not claims. You take care, sir.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me here for a minute.
Yeah. What if you know?
I wanted is that somebody that.
What if going back? You know, there's a lot of blue right there.
Right. That's
what does the blue represent?
Ocean. Water.
Are they obligated to tell you there's a continent right here or not?
No.
So what if there's another continent right here?
That'd be awesome.
It would be.
That'd be amazing.
But what if that continent is full of an ancient civilization that's weaning off their technology to us?
No.
And they're kind of conforming us to a particular thought. And what do you think about like aliens from outer space? Is that a possibility?
It could be. I mean.
But we just talked about how we can't have a low pressure system next to a high pressure system without a solid barrier, right? So what if outer space doesn't exist? They've created this narrative through Hollywood and TV of outer space aliens, like Independence Day with Will Smith, coming to invade us. But what if those, quote, invaders or that civilization is just on a continent here that's not on the map?
And that's why those other words they use is extraterrestrial.
Yeah. You know what extraterrestrial means?
No, not really.
Yeah, extraterrestrial. Beings from an extraterrestrial.
Excuse me, miss. Can I offer you some information about Flat Earth? You ever looked into it? You're good right now? You're good about being lied to?
Caught up on,
yeah.
you know.
It's good to have your own opinion, you know.
Because if the world, like, come on now, if the world was flat, like, would there be life on the flat one?
Yeah. What if it is just is, and it's the way it is, has always been?
Or what? See, for me, like, basically, like going off topic, I'd be like, what if there's a whole different universe, or galaxy, like Star Wars, but like literally some other form of life in a whole different planet that we still haven't found yet.
What if there's another dimension?
Yeah, there you go. That too. Like
that's not space though.
It's not. Yeah. It's just a whole different.
That's ether and consciousness and a whole other level of playing field.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, man. We're just here to, you know, provoke thought. And
is that merch?
What?
Is that like, can I go on the website and?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is. You can get this on Redbubble.com. You can order these. Just look up Flat Earth on Redbubble, and you'll get all kinds of content providers that'll show you Flat Earth shirts, stickers, mugs, whatever.
I'm gonna do my first purchase with you guys.
Yeah, do your due diligence on your own time, man.
Cause like stopping and conversating with you guys, like really made me think about a whole bunch of stuff while we were conversating.
Yeah.
You know?
Right on.
Because
that's what we're hoping to do, just provoke thought, and we just want truth.
People just like they live in this society full of, oh my God, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that, blah blah.
Taxes.
Yeah, and look at this. You see what the taxes are going to, like more buildings.
Oh yeah, more money.
That has plenty
more
of
nonsense.
buildings.
Yeah.
More sports.
How you doing, sir? Can I offer you some information about the Flat Earth?
Nah, I'm just admiring the noise.
That's nice, isn't it? Did you ever see the falls down there?
Oh yeah, I just got down from there, or up from there.
Oh, okay. So you've already seen our canvas. never thought to question where you live at all, and no interest in learning about it?
Just wandering around.
I hear you. I hear you, my friend. Sometimes we just don't want to think, right? We just want to enjoy things, right?
That's right. And I'm trying to find the Miller Ale, or the Carolina Ale House. Is it down this way?
No idea. I'm from Canada.
Oh, you are?
Searching for the curve, man. Can't find it.
When I started talking about NASA, I lost all my friends. So I don't want to talk about NASA ever again. My friends don't understand me, and I wish they would. I tried to tell them about NASA, but it don't do no